Again, I apologize for the inconvenience caused to the esteemed resource persons as well as the participants of this UGC Paramarsh Faculty Development Program on ICT in Teaching and Evaluation during this unprecedented time in the history of humankind. We are going through changes in the higher education field also. To address the changes that are going on in Indian higher education system, our college, that is Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal Sri Shivaji College Parbhani, has made a humble attempt to come to all of you with the eminent resource persons from the country working in this field. And today we are fortunate to have with us none other than the founding father of MOOCs in India, that is Professor Andrew Tangraj, and senior officer from NPTEL, Miss Bharati Balaji Madam, as well as we are joined by our beloved principal, Dr. Balasahebji Jadhav sir, under whose dynamic leadership the college is marching towards the height of excellence. Uh, Along with him, we are having the representative of our management, Honorable Principal R.T. Deshmukh sir, the College Development Officer of Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Aurangabad, who is the guiding personality for us. Under Principal Deshmukh sir's guidance, all our institutes are striving hard for quality sustenance and quality enhancement. There are so many new things as a result of long-lasting and continuous efforts of Principal Deshmukh sir. Without taking much of your time, I once again welcome all of you for this course. In this FDP, we will be live every day between 4 to 5:30 p.m. Eminent persons will be talking about the new theme every day. Today we are having BSc online BSc degree by IIT Madras, as well as SWAYAM and NPTEL MOOCs. Today's discussion topic. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, every day we are having a topic and we'll be sharing it on our FDP group. Now, may I request Principal Deshmukh sir, Principal Jadhav sir, to give his welcome address in brief. Principal B.U. Jadhav sir. Sir, please unmute yourself and begin.
Yeah. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Can I start?
Yes, sir.
Honorable Prakash Dada Solanki, President of MSP Mandal. Honorable Satish Bhau Chauhan, Secretary MSP Mandal. Honorable Hemant Raoji Zamkar, Member of Executive Council of MSP Mandal. Honorable our VC Dr. Bhosle sir from Swami Ramanand Tirtha Marathwada University Nanded, and resource persons of the first day of second UGC Paramarsh online FDP entitled ICT in Teaching and Evaluation. Honorable Professor Andrew Tangraj from IIT Madras, and Honorable Mrs. Bharati Balaji Madam from NPTEL, and fellow academicians from all the state of country. I am happy to see an overwhelming response to the course being conducted by our college. I welcome you all to this first day webinar. Let me take this opportunity to introduce some of the glowing feature and significant achievement of this college. Our college was established in 1961 under the guidance of our management. The college has become the first and foremost center of higher education in the region. Today, we have more than 5,000 students learning on our campus in 6 UG, 13 PG, 5 COCs and 15 PhD course offered by the college. We have various support facilities like sports and gymnasium, NSS and NCC. Considering our effort in the all-round development of our students, 4 significant bodies have recently recognized our quality culture. In 2011, NAAC re-accredited college with its highest grade, A grade. In 2012, Swami Ramanand Tirtha Marathwada University Nanded awarded its prestigious Best College Award. In 2013, Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal confirmed its first Best Principal Award on me. In 14, college received the state level Jagar Janivancha Award from Department of Higher Education, Government of Maharashtra. In 15, Swami Raman Tirtha Marathwada University Nanded awarded its prestigious Best Principal Award. In 16, UGC confirmed us as a college with potential for excellence status. In 17, NAC declared A+ grade with CGPA 3.52. In 18, MHRD declared us nodal agency for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Last year, UGC gives us the membership of 7 colleges under Paramarth scheme. And this year, we have been declared as a UGC Stride Component 1 for the research capacity building with funding worth ₹1 crore. While leading in the student progression, we are not lagging behind the teacher training. Organization of high quality seminars and conferences has become our benchmark. Many of you were part of FDP NAC assessment and accreditation process and have appreciated it widely. The present FDP on ICT in teaching and innovation will be dealt with the expert from IITs, center, state, private universities, autonomous colleges. Our experienced resource persons will explore the key issues and make it easy to understand everyone. The unified COVID-19 pandemic has changed everything. How can higher education remains unchanged? To this effect, for the first time in the history of higher education in India, IIT Madras, an institute of eminence, has come up with online BSc degree. They are planning to admit 2.5 lakh students for it. This is going to be big change. Today, we are fortunate to have Professor Anju, who is the man behind it. I am sure he will tell us all about it. Now, everyone knows SWAYAM, but it was NPTEL who pioneered MOOCs in the India. Mrs. Bharti Madam is driving force behind the team NPTEL. She will tell us about IIT MOOCs and domain certificates. With the few words, I think this is the opportunity to welcome all of you and wish the day to be remarkable. And again, I welcome both our resource person, Dr. Andrew sir and ma'am. With these few words, I stop here. Thank you well, and welcome all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome address. I request Honorable Principal Deshmukh sir, who is guide to all of us in this regard, to welcome the participants from the country, reputed institutes right from the NAC to central universities and many of the private universities, as well as our esteemed guest today. Principal Deshmukh sir, please. Am I audible? Sir, unmute yourself and begin, please. Principal Deshmukh sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Honorable Principal Dr. Babasaheb Jadhav, the already Principal Dr. Babasaheb Jadhav introduced the college to you. It is a part of Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal Aurangabad. This institution runs about 23 colleges in this backward region, and I'm happy to say that all its colleges are working very well in the field of academic development. From amongst 13 colleges, 8 colleges have already bagged A grade from NAC. And it may be noted that in this region, only the Marathwada Shikshan Prasarak Mandal's 4 colleges have got the Paramarsh scheme from the UGC, under which each college has to guide 7 other colleges undergoing the process of NAC assessment and accreditation. It is quite appreciable that Sri Shivaji Prabhani, under the leadership of Dr. Balasaheb Jadhav and with the hard efforts of Dr. Mithunde, they are trying to make the best use of this UGC scheme of Paramarsh, in which so far they have organized so many highly successful programs, one of which is taking place today. I give my best wishes to the organizers, my best wishes to the resource persons and all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind appreciation and words of guidance. We express our sincere gratitude to you for being with us at this situation. You are there with us. Thank you, sir. Now, without taking much of the time, should we go to the NPTEL team and start with the online session, live session by Professor Andrew Thangaraj. Friends, let me tell you, am I audible? Okay, let me tell you that what is the brief history of NPTEL. Obviously, Bharti madam and Andrew sir will tell you, but it started as a small project, and later on it established its network in whole country through its local chapters working at the institution level, and then they initiated the mentors, and now we have the stars for NPTELs, and now we have a strong national level network of online learners and providers of the educational content. So this year now they are offering online degree as well as there is a credit transfer facility, and the people behind it are the 2 person whom we can see in the NPTEL studio right now. So let us go to NPTEL studio at IIT Madras, Chennai. Over to you, Professor Andrew sir and Bharti madam. Please unmute yourself and begin, please.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, Professor Nitonde, for your kind invitation for us to be in this program. I hope I'm audible. I would like to begin by greeting all the administrators and the principals of the college, MSP Mandal Sri Shivaji College at Parbhani. It's great to see small communities get together, start a lot of colleges, keep them successful, engage a region in education and improve the quality overall. It's a great thing to see. It happens across the country in rich areas, poor areas, and all sorts of areas. And I hope your college keeps up the tradition going forward. So I would like to begin by talking about the online degree program that IIT Madras has recently launched. I think there was a fair amount of, hopefully you can see what I'm sharing right now. There was a fair amount of publicity on this. We had a fairly big launch. Okay, I think I'm sharing the wrong thing.
No, it's coming. Online degrees will come.
Okay, so I think I scroll down one minute.
You shared it correctly.
So hold on, I'm just making sure I shared the correct screen for you so that we get the slides. This is the one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm sharing the correct one. Yeah, there you go. This is the correct talk. So let me get on full screen. Okay, so this is the online BSc degree in programming and data science that IIT Madras has recently launched. This was launched by the reason I'm not able to change slides if I go to the screen. Okay, so hopefully, any reason why I should not doesn't change. Okay, so I have to do this. Okay, sorry. Okay, so sorry about this confusion. I think I'm getting this not. Just trying to figure out how to change slides here. It's not letting me change slides that easily. Okay, that works. Okay, so so this is a program that people at IIT Madras are fairly excited about, and I mean, it was launched a couple of weeks back by the Minister for Human Resource Development in MHRD. It was a fairly successful launch event. A lot of people got to know about it, and I'm really happy to talk about this program. There was a lot of mention of NPTEL and how IIT Madras has played a big role in launching and maintaining the NPTEL program. And the same team that runs the NPTEL program is also running the BSc degree program. But I want to point out one very important difference between this and what NPTEL offers. NPTEL offers courses from a project. It's not associated with the degree directly, though there is credit transfer, which happens in a different way. But this is a program, the online BSc degree is a degree program offered by IIT Madras directly. So students who get this degree become alums of IIT Madras. So that's what happens at the end of this program. So it's very exciting times for us. We're trying something very new in this country. Nobody has been so brave as to try a large undergraduate degree from an IIT. And let's see how this shapes up as we go forward. We're very confident, given our NPTEL experience, given our friends through the local chapter that we have all across the country. We hope that you believe in this as much as we believe in this and take it forward and make it a success. Okay, so the reason the change of slides is very poor when I go on full screen mode. Not able to make the change of slides work. Okay, I'm sorry about this. There is some confusion about how the change of slide works with Zoom when I share. Okay, so I'll try this. Maybe this will work. Okay, so just a few words from a very high level as to what this program is. Now, there was a regulation from the UGC in 2018 that allowed online degrees to be started in India. You might have heard about this, but I want to say a couple of things. IITs do not really come under the UGC Act, and the MHRD has time and again been very clear that IITs are encouraged to start the degree programs as and when they like it, in whatever way they would like to do it. But nevertheless, I want to UGC is okay with the kind of doing online degrees. It's welcomed by them. They are permitting quite a few people to do it as well. Now, in the very recent regulation that's being discussed, it should be approved hopefully soon, though it's not been notified yet. The UGC is also thinking of allowing people who are in a full-time program to also do another degree online. So now that's also a very exciting and interesting thing for many students. Good students can take part and benefit from this. Now, government has a fairly big target for GER, and online programs are very good at achieving that. And many top international universities already have such programs. So this is the background, in case you're wondering where this thought of a degree came from. A lot of people ask us, is the online degree from IIT Madras a response to COVID? I want to be very categorical here. COVID has nothing to do with it. We've been thinking about it for the past 1 year or so. We've been planning it for a long time. And if anything, COVID has delayed the launch. It has not made the launch faster. Okay. So we go to the next one. Okay. So what is this program? Okay. So I think the slides here are a little bit different from what I'm used to. But anyway, okay. So the program has 3 levels of courses. Now it's an entire BSc program. So it's very different from NPTEL. In case you're used to NPTEL courses, NPTEL courses are usually just individual courses in engineering, usually. But this is a BSc program, a full-fledged, complete BSc program. It has 3 different levels. The first year or the first level is the foundational level. The next year is the diploma level. And the third year is the degree level. Okay, so there are 3 different levels. And how do you get admitted into this program? Here is where we are doing something which is very different, that has never been attempted before by an IIT so far. Okay, so usually if you think of IIT, everybody thinks of the joint entrance exam. Right? It's how difficult that exam is. Now we have to study for many years together and get frustrated by not getting in. Okay, why is that? Because you're competing with so many other people. You have to compete with everyone for a few thousand seats that are there in the IITs. Now, we have changed that paradigm completely in the entry process here. You compete only with yourself in this program. Okay, so you have to, of course, there will be an entrance process. I will describe that in the next few slides. But the entrance process is not competitive. There is no ranking at the end of it. We don't say that only the top 1,000 ranks will get in, nothing like that. It is a qualification based exam. You have to write an exam, and if you get more than 50% and pass that exam, you are into the program. So that way it's very different. And also the entry is open to anyone who has completed 12th standard. That's all. There is no other criteria that we put there. Anyone who has completed 12th standard is eligible to do this degree program. So it's a very different program in that sense, very open sort of at the entry, but we do have a lot of strict requirements as we go through it. Okay, so how do you gain entry into the program? You can enter only the foundational level of the program that happens through a qualifier examination. So who is eligible to write the qualifier examination or try the entry process? Anyone who has finished 12th standard. You need English and maths at the 10th standard level. That happens to most people in this country, so that's okay. We don't have any restriction beyond that. No age restriction, no discipline restriction, no background restriction. You can be anywhere in India to do that. So how does the qualifier process work? Once you applied for the qualifier process, there is 1 month of course material that you have to study. Okay, so this will be the first 4 weeks of the course content that you have. It will have some English, some mathematics, some statistics, some programming, basics of programming. That's what happens in the first 4 weeks. You have to go through that course, and then you have to write a proctored exam in the center, which is based on that 4 week of course material. Okay, so once you do that, you write the exam, and anyone who passes in that exam is through to the foundational program. Okay, there is no competition. We're not going to say only the top so many will get in, no ranking, anything. But you have to write that exam. You have to go through 4 months, 4 weeks of classes, write the exam, you pass, you get into the foundational program. Okay, so that's how it works. This is the entry process. And once again, the entry gets you into the foundational level of the program. Okay, like I mentioned, there are 3 different levels. The regular entry is what I described just now. You go through 4 weeks of classes, write the qualifier exam, you get into the foundational level courses. Now look at how the whole structure is organized. It's very different from any other program you might have seen. Only when you clear all the foundation level courses, you are even eligible to get into the diploma level courses. Okay, the diploma level is where you pick up all the skills that you need in the program. I'll describe the curriculum in more detail in a later slide. And only when you finish all the courses in the diploma level, you're even eligible to go into the degree level courses. Okay, so while we admit a lot of people, you have to really work hard and pass every level, with good exams, good courses. You pass all of them. Only then you get into the next level and you make progress. So it's very different from a typical college program that you're used to. Okay, so it's not a program where once you get admitted, it's the college's responsibility to get you out. It's not a program like that at all. So you have to work very hard. A good analogy to remember is the CA exam. Okay, so all of you are familiar with this Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which conducts the CA examinations, which people go through, right? So you study on your own, you go write these exams. Only when you pass foundation, you get into inter, you pass inter, you get into final, etc. Okay, so something like that is what is happening here. Okay, so while we do the courses, we teach you all the courses, we help you, you have to pass the exams. That's in your hands. It's also possible to get a direct entry into the diploma level and get out with the diploma. There are multiple options there that you can do in the diploma. You can get a diploma in programming alone. You can get a diploma in data science alone if you like, or you can go ahead and get the entire degree. Okay. Once again, I want to point out the diploma and degree are directly offered by IIT Madras, and this is unique in this program. You may have IIT Madras faculty teach in other programs of other private education portals and all that. All that does not count. In fact, all that is different from this program. This program is directly offered by IIT Madras. When you get your degree, you become an alum of IIT Madras. Okay, so it's a very prestigious thing. It's very direct in that sense. Okay. So I also want to point out a couple of things here about flexibility. Okay, so maybe I'll talk about it later on. Okay, so quick word on the curriculum. I don't want to take too much time, but quick word on the curriculum. You can see the first year foundational program is mostly at very basics, mathematics, statistics, programming, English, And then the second year is where you really learn all the skills, the core skills that are needed in programming and data sciences is picked up in the second year. You can see the courses there. You have databases, programming, data structures, algorithms, application development, machine learning, 3 different courses in machine learning, business data management, business analytics. Like you said, a very comprehensive syllabus for the first and second year. We've thought and built it very carefully to make sure we handhold a person right from basics all the way, making them an expert in these areas, expert practitioners in this area. So that's our goal. The third year you can see is core and elective courses, letting you specialize in some particular subfield of this area. You could choose computer systems, computer applications, or ML and AI. Okay, so that's how the course structure is put up. And like I said, only when you finish first year you get into second year. Only when you finish foundation you get into diploma. So that's that way. There are a lot of gates that you have to cross to finally earn the degree. Okay. So what about the fee? There is a total fee that is put there, but I think it's very misleading number. It's not like everyone who gets into the qualifier has to pay that fee at all. It's not like that. The fee varies based on where you are. Okay, so the qualifier is only a 3,000 rupee fee. So we want anyone to be able to try the qualifier. We don't want to discourage people from trying the qualifiers. You pay a 3,000 rupee fee, you can try it. You can write that, go through that 4 weeks of course, you write the exam, and if you pass the exam, you get into the foundation level. And we also know the foundational level might be challenging to a lot of people. So we don't want to keep the cost of the foundation level very high. It's in fact very, very less. In fact, if you think about it, in the foundation level courses, you do 8 different courses, and there are exams for these 8 courses. There is no other fee other than this. Okay, this is exam fee, tuition fee, everything put together. Okay, so it's very, the price is very less, and also you don't have to pay all of that in one go. Okay, so every year there are 3 terms, and in every term, whatever courses you register for, you pay. That's all. If you register for only one course, you pay only for that one course, which will be 4,000 rupees. So it's not like you pay the whole thing in one go. We understand the situations of people. We want to make it as inclusive as possible. So it's made in a flexible way so that people can take it in a very slow fashion. So when you go up to the diploma level, we will provide some mentoring support and more close support for people to learn programming and all that. So all that it takes more effort from our side. So the cost is going up a little bit higher, but it's not that significantly high. If you look at the total cost, it's if you go to a big city college and do a degree BSc computer science, the cost is over 3 years. The cost comes up to something similar to what we have here. Okay, and at the end of the day, I mean, when you finish this course, you become an alum of IIT Madras. That opens a lot of doors for people. So it's a prestigious program in some sense. So there was a mention of 2.5 lakh numbers, and like once again I should say that the 2.5 lakh number is right now we're thinking of those people who can apply to the qualifier exam. Okay, how many people do we expect to pass and get into diploma? I mean, maybe lesser than that. We're expecting maybe in the 30 to 40,000 range, but still that is a very, very large number. 30,000 is a big number for an IIT 2 process. Okay, so this is the fee structure, and like I said, the courses are offered over 3 terms in every year. So you have a lot of time that you can spread out the courses over and take it on top of something else that you're doing also. So there's lots of question about why is IITM doing this? So should we do anything about this? Does it make sense for an IIT to do it? But actually overall, after our publicity, we see that most people welcome this initiative. They think of this as a game-changing initiative. This word is used quite a lot by a lot of people other than us. They think it's a good initiative from IIT, believe that it's a really good initiative. It comes at the right time. So now the number of young people in India is very large, and they're spread out all across the country. And for them to get good quality online education from a brand such as IIT Madras is a dream. For many people, it's a dream. They think it's maybe not possible. Today, we have made it possible. Right? So everything is limited by your hard work right now. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to study, put in the time, work very hard, pass the exams? There are a lot of exams to pass, right? So there are 31, 32 courses before you can get to the degree. It's a lot of effort, but if you're willing to put in that effort, here is a program which you can attempt. Also, programming and data science, first of all, is something that can be taught online very easily. Quite often, you see people doing, these kind of programming courses. You can do labs online. Everything can be done online. So it's an easy thing for us to attempt. Also, data science and programming is in high demand today. Okay, so if you know Python, if you know how to use machine learning algorithms to derive meaningful information from data, you're highly sought after in the job market, and that's likely to continue in the next 3-4 years. So that's why we believe for IIT as the the number one institute in the country in terms of NIRF ranking to get into the online space and set a trend or set a model for everybody else to follow and offer online degrees of this type is something very interesting for us to do. Okay, so I would like to stop with that. Once again, thank you very much, Professor Nitonde and Shivaji College in Parbhani for giving me this opportunity to address a fairly large audience and talk about this online degree program. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Andrews, sir. Actually, it's a privilege for us to have you with us because always you are a source of inspiration for many young educators in the country. As the way you have been working, doing your regular teaching in IIT Madras, and then additionally contributing to this great project of national significance. And another thing is that when desh badal raha hai, when the country is changing, higher education is changing, why should not we meet the change makers? And that is why you are the cause of change that is happening in the country, because nobody imagined there will be a degree program that is online, a complete degree program online in the country, because in Western world it is happening, but in India it was only the Narsi Monjee University, private university in India, which was given permission by the government to run online master's degree program, MBA. But this is for the first time degree program is being launched by IIT Madras, and you shared this with the educators from across the country. We are really moved by your simplicity and modesty and clarity in presentation. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Now,
Thanks a lot, Professor.
Without taking much of your time, let us go to the one-person army of NPTEL, that is respected Bharti Madam. Many of us who are the SPOCs of local chapters of NPTEL, we have seen Madam many times, and every time she guides us, and every time she tells us something new. So she has a treasure that she will share with us. I welcome you, Madam, in this program, and I request you to share your experiences about the SWAYAM and NPTEL platform, and how my colleagues from the country, they can use maximum or optimal use of NPTEL content to develop the skills as well as the educational resources and overall placements of their students. Over to you, Honorable Bharti Madam.
Thank you, Dr. Nitonde. So how long can I speak for?
It is up to 5:30.
5:30. Okay, sure. Thank you.
And if you want to give more time to question and answer session, then you can adjust yourself accordingly, please.
Yeah, sure.
Many people are interested in having the question and answer session also.
Where will they ask questions typically?
They will be asking questions in chat box. I will enable the chat box that time when the time is for question and answer. Or should I start right now? Because if I enable it now in this meeting chat box, what happens? People keep on typing so many things. So
Okay,
deliberately it is off.
So let me take maybe 20 minutes, and then after that I'll take questions. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Share screen. Share. Stop share.
Again share.
If something is wrong.
There's two here.
Special. Can you ask him if you can see it?
Yeah, I can see it here.
Okay, I think you can see. Maybe not. What I should just close this.
Yeah, it's not coming yet.
think now it's come. Okay. Now we can. Okay, so you have to click on this.
Yeah. Dr. Nitondi, the presentation is seen, I suppose, right? Okay, I think it's coming on streaming too. Yeah. Okay. Good evening, all. I'm Bharti. I work in the NPTEL office of IIT Madras, and I manage the basic operations of this project. I'd like to give a quick overview of what NPTEL is and what NPTEL online certification is in general. So just a quick 2 minutes about what NPTEL itself is. NPTEL is a project of MHRD. We have been around since 2003. And the basic idea behind creating such a portal was that there were a lot of colleges with probably faculty not being there or faculty finding it difficult to teach some content, and we wanted to give them content from the faculty of the IITs to be put up on a portal that they could download, view, and see at their convenience to learn from it. So currently on the NPTEL portal, we have more than 2,000 courses content available for free. The website is nptel.ac.in. Yeah, this is like a brief of NPTEL. So we have more than 2,000 courses on nptel.ac.in in various disciplines of engineering, management, mathematics, sciences. Mostly it will be a large chunk of it will be in engineering, so you can see that. And just to give you an idea of the project size, we started the website nptel.ac.in in 2007. And on YouTube too, we have a channel. It's been, all the videos are available there. So we have more than 44,000 hours of content on our portal in various disciplines of, like I said, engineering, management, and humanities, and so on. We have more than 1.6 million or 16 lakh subscribers on YouTube channel. For a channel that is completely higher education, it is not entertainment, it's not got song and dance like Bollywood, it's a higher education channel. We have 16 lakh YouTube subscribers to our channel, and YouTube and our website combined, we have more than 900 million views as on date, and every day it only grows in this particular COVID scenario. So this is NPTEL at a glance for you all, and this we have been doing since 2003 up to 2014. And in 2014, we said when Coursera and edX was getting popular, the term called MOOCs was getting popular, which is massive open online courses. We said we have so much content, we have learners who are so thirsty for knowledge. Why not start something wherein learners can come into our courses, they can learn from it, and they can also get a certificate for the particular course that they have learned. Not just learn and go away like we had on our website, but also get a certificate from which of the IITs the course is coming from, that particular IIT, they get a certificate. So how did we do it, right? So this is just a snapshot of the infrastructure we have. We have a lot of classroom studios in which classes are taken by the faculty, and those are recorded live and put it. So if anybody has a doubt, are these courses the same as taught to IIT students? Many times it is the same. Because we record the class that the faculty teaches to IIT students and we are putting them out as MOOC courses, you can see that it is the same content that goes out. So if your students are learning from it, it is the same content that they are learning as an IIT student does. So story so far to actually give you what is an open online course, right? This is a doubt that a lot of people have. A lot of people think that, okay, if you put some content online and it's available there as a video or something, yes, it's an open online course. So the key differences between a campus course and an open online course, just to tell you, is open online course, anybody can just join. There is no age criterion, there is no background criterion, there is no stream classification. I'm an electrical engineer, I want to study something about mechanical engineering. In a college, you can't do it. But here, there are no boundaries, no walls for somebody to study any such content. So anybody interested in learning a particular subject can go join any course and they can learn from it, which cannot happen in a campus course. But what is the difference? Other difference, if you say the minus of it, yes, an online course, you have to be really self-motivated, self-disciplined to learn from it, because there's no teacher standing behind you to keep pushing you and saying, have you learned? Have you done your assignment? Did you watch this particular lesson today? And so on. So that is something that you can see here. The peer group you have to form, otherwise it's a little difficult to have it. And recognition mechanisms are still evolving. So if you study in a college, you get a degree at the end of it, you get a diploma at the end of it. But in a course certification like ours, you do get a course certificate, but how does it get incorporated in the credit system of the college? That is something that is getting evolved, but it's pretty well set now, I would say, thanks to UGC and MHRD, AICT efforts. Now the courses that are coming out from NPTEL and the SWAYAM coordinators can be taken for credit transfer up to 20% is what their mandate says. Okay, what are the components of a MOOC? So to give you a snapshot again, the main primary component is going to be the video lectures, of course. So it will be the same video lectures like you would have in a classroom. So supposing a course has 3 hours of video lectures every day, say for 12 weeks, you're looking at something like 30 to 35 hours of video content. So we create the content from the faculty who is offering the course. It is recorded with either them writing on a Wacom tablet, or it's a Blackboard presentation, or it's PPT with slides, or it's animations. We take the camera to the laboratories, we shoot experiments there. Those are incorporated as part of the course. So all this comprises the course content. Apart from this, what do we have? We have one assignment every week of the course. So in one sense, actually the MOOC course is much heavier than what you do in a college. In a college, what will you have? Maybe 2 quizzes, 1 midsem, 1 endsem exam, right? That is all. Sometimes you don't even have a quiz, you just have a midsem and endsem exam. But here, if it is a 12-week course, every week of the course, you have one assignment that you have to submit. And the assignment is typically 1.5 to 2 hours of time that will take from you for you to sit down and solve it. There will be problems in it, numerical problems in it. All the programming courses have programming assignments. You have to write a piece of code, you have to put it there, you have to compile it, execute it, then only the assignment is complete. And some of the courses have subjective assignments too, wherein you write it on a sheet of paper, you do derivations, you do drawings, and you submit it. So assignments are a very big component of MOOCs, which tells you where you are in your learning, how effective your learning from the lessons has been. And for us as instructors, it tells us how many people are active on the course week on week. So that is something which the assignments do. There are supplementary learning materials also for the videos, which are the text transcripts and any other reading material we give, like journal papers or any other interesting videos on any other website. So that is also there. Then there is a discussion forum. So what happens in a college? You typically, if you have a question, you raise your hand and you can ask a question to your teacher. You can ask your friend during lunchtime. After college hours, you can have discussions with them. But here in a course, if you have a doubt, what do? There is a discussion forum. You can ask your questions there. The faculty member with the team of teaching assistants normally answers the questions within 24 hours. So this is the place where you can get your doubts clarified regarding the content or the assignments that are coming out. The last part, there are live interactive sessions also we give by faculty members. So once a month, normally we try to arrange for a 1-hour live interactive session wherein the course instructor is live on video, just like we are doing this Zoom. The students can come in, ask the questions on chat, and the instructor clears it. By design, we have kept it that the video lectures will not be live because it is supposed to be studied at your convenience and your timing. So it is kept recorded and we put it out on Monday morning. Every Monday morning, we put out this content of lectures as well as assignment. Any time that you are free, it is convenient to you. Evening time, lunch time, you're traveling in a bus by college or to your workplace. You have 2 hours that you're sitting on the bus or the train. You can watch it on your mobile. You can watch it on a tablet, download the video, see all of it, start solving the assignment. So basically by design, the video content is kept recorded and it is not live. The live interactive session alone, we have kept it as a live session so that you can have also interaction with the instructor of the course. Okay, this is the SWAYAM portal. For those of you who have enrolled in any SWAYAM course, you would have seen this. This is swayam.gov.in. This is India's national MOOCs portal. So to just give you a piece of information, we at NPTEL also maintain the technical part of this portal. We brought it up and we are doing the maintenance of this portal with the company's help. So swayam.gov.in is the national MOOCs portal of India, and there are 9 national coordinators currently in various disciplines of education. So if you can see, AICT does self-paced courses. NPTEL is the national coordinator for engineering courses primarily in the UG and the PG streams. Then we have CEC, UGC for non-technical courses. We have NAOS and NCRT for school education. We have IMB for the management related courses. Then we have NITTA for the teachers training. So typically you have all these national coordinators who are on swayam.gov.in offering courses today for consumption. This is what it looks like. There is a button called course catalog. You can go to the Swayam portal. You can click on course catalog. You will see that a lot of courses come up on the screen. The course cards will normally have information on what is the course title, who is the offering instructor, who is the institute from which it's coming from, what is the duration of the course. So typically the courses are 4-week courses, 8-week courses, 12-week courses, 16 weeks are coming from the other national coordinators. NPTEL does 4, 8, 12-week courses. There'll also be an exam date that is given here. So you can go through any of these courses, click on any of the course, you'll get a course introduction page where we would have given more information about the course. Who is the intended audience of the course? What are the books for the course? What is the course lesson plan? Every week, what will you be studying in that particular lesson plan? So there is something like this that we give out in this particular course. And these are the course lesson pages. You can see we have a video. Left side, there are week-wise contents. There is something at the top where you can see it is announcements about the course. Ask a question. Once you enroll to a course, you can see all this. I'm not going to spend too much time on all of this. This is an assignment page where you can see it is all MCQ questions. You have objective assignments, auto-graded assignments. This is a programming assignment, and our platform supports C, C++, Python, Java, and Verilog currently. So these are programming assignments where you put in your code and it has to compile and execute. These are document type upload assignments which have to be corrected manually. There's the discussion forum. This is what it looks like. There are so many posts as you can see, and these get answered by the instructor. There is a progress tab wherein the marks of your assignment will be made available to you once the due date of the assignment is over. So we give you 10 days of time once the assignment is published. So every Monday when we publish the content of the assignment, the next Wednesday, we will normally close the assignment. So you get 10 days of time to do the assignment. Once the assignment closes, you get the marks in the progress tab. So you can see how well you are doing in that particular course. These are some snapshots of live sessions that the faculty was doing and clearing doubts of the students. And this is a typical learner engagement. As instructors, as administrators of colleges, you might be interested in this. So what is a typical learner engagement in a particular week? So we say that the video lectures are about 3 to 4 hours per week. So that is what we expect a student to spend. Of course, these are video lectures. These are not live lectures by the faculty. So in a faculty, you can't say, "Achha, mujhe ye to samajh mein nahi aaya, aur ek baar wohi kaho." You can't do that. But here you can replay the videos and you can see it again and again. Hence, we expect at least 3 to 4 hours, but typically people tell us it's even 6 hours sometimes to watch video lectures and make notes and so on. So that is there. Then you have the weekly assignment, which is about 2 hours per week. So it is this thing. If you're going to read the transcripts, the additional materials they give you, it's about 1 hour per week. And discussion forum, if you're going through, it's 1 hour per week. So typically we say 8 to 10 hours per week is required to study any subject if you want to do it very well. So that is the learner engagement per week that we are looking at. Okay. One thing which differentiates us between NPTEL, Swayam, or any other platforms that are outside, right? One which lends credibility to the certificate that we give out today, stamped by the IITs from which the courses come out, or any other institutes like the ICERs, or say the law schools are with us today, any institute that is offering a course with us. One of the most important points that we like to emphasize is the in-person proctored exams that we conduct. So we run the course online. You do it from wherever you are. You just need an internet connection and a device to do the course. Nobody's monitoring you at that point of time. But how do I tell with certainty that this student knows this course and has answered it properly? They are the people who I'm certifying that they know the content well. So what we do is in about 140 to 150 cities across the country, we run a proctored examination that the learner has to attend in person. We give them a hall ticket. The hall ticket will have your ID credentials. It will have your photo and signature. You'll have to bring an ID card there. We verify the ID card. We verify the hall ticket. We see you, of course, and see that all these parameters match. Then under monitored conditions where there are supervisors, we conduct our final exam. So how is the weightage for the examination given? You have 25% weightage for the online assignments we give, that 4, 8, 12 assignments that we give gets 25% weightage. 75% comes from the final proctored exam. And when do you get a certificate? By just appearing for an exam, you do not get a certificate. You have to pass the criteria that we have given, and the pass criteria is you have to get more than 40 out of 100 in our assignments and our final exam. We of course have categories of gold, silver, elite and all, which we tag depending on the final percentage you also get. So this is the way that we give certificates. So this is what a certificate looks like. You can see here, it comes out with the IIT Madras logo. If this course were from IIT Madras, we'll get IIT Madras logo here, IIT Madras signatory here, SWAYAM logos on the right bottom. You can see an NPTEL coordinator signature here, the NPTEL logo here. A gold medal will come if you get more than 90 marks, more than 60 marks, you get an elite certificate. So this is what the certificate looks like. The certificate also has a QR code, which when scanned will show you the original certificate from our website. So we call it that it is an e-verifiable certificate. You can verify every certificate that anybody brings to you with a QR code. You can scan it using a mobile. We will show you the original certificate so that you can see that what they have brought is not tampered and it is correct. So that is something that we do here. Okay, what have we done in terms of online certification courses? Here too, we have run more than 2,100 certification courses. In March 2014, we started with one single course. We had just about 50,000 learners at that point of time. And currently, in the month of say July 2020, after 6 years, we have completed 2,100 online certification courses we have run. NPTEL alone has more than 1 crore 12 lakh enrollments across these 2,000 courses that are there. So I think in that sense, we are one of the biggest MOOC providers in the country today. And we have more than 11.8 lakh people who have registered for our proctored examinations, and we have given out certificates to multiple of them over the years. The last portion here, this slide here shows you 417. There are 417 courses open for enrollment on swayam.gov.in. We will be running it in July 2020 semester. These courses are open for enrollment. If any of you is interested, I would really urge you, please go and check out these courses. Anybody will be able to find out, I think, at least one course that interests you. We have courses right from appreciating music to law-related courses, to medical-related courses, to engineering, management, humanities. So it is just a matter of your interest. What do you want to study? Go there, check it out, search for some things that interest you. The joining is anyway free. There is no fee for it. There is no payment for it. The enrollment to the courses is completely free. You just go there, you put an email ID, click on the join button, you're joined in. You can study, you can go through the material, you can do the assignments, ask questions. Only if you want the certificate and want to appear in 2014, and we expect it is only going to increase more. So these are the courses offered so far. Like I was telling you, we were one course in 2014. Today we are on 400 courses, and every semester we are hoping to run between 400 to 500 courses. So we are hoping to cover at least the engineering disciplines, UG and PG, over a year. That whatever is required by the AICTE curriculum, we are trying to map it, and we will run the core and elective courses that are given there every year. We are planning for it. We are almost there. Maybe a few courses missing, but I think we should be done by this year. Courses by department and institute. If you want to get an idea of what kind of courses, like I said, we do all kinds of courses under the engineering stream. As you can see here, we have aerospace engineering, we have agriculture and food engineering. So any of the agriculture institutes whose participants are here, we do have courses for you. IIT Kharagpur has an active agriculture program. We have courses offered by them. You can check those out. We have architecture, we have biology, chemical engineering, civil engineering, computer science. For those of you who are art science colleges, we have a huge number of humanities courses. 260 out of 2,000 courses are humanities courses. Like you can see, a lot of interesting courses which we have on, say, professional growth, professional behavior, learning English. There are management courses on marketing management, sales management. There is a training of managers. There are a variety of courses that we have on that. We have started working with National Law School, Bangalore. So we have some law courses coming out from there. So if you're interested, you can do that. Mathematics, all the science universities that have maths, you're teaching BSc or MSc maths, or you're teaching, say, chemistry. We have huge number of chemistry courses. 107 are chemistry courses that we are running currently. The mathematics are 138. We also have courses coming from Chennai Mathematical Institute. Quite a few of them. Kerala School of Mathematics, IMSC, Institute of Math Science. A lot of them are offering the UG and PG maths courses now. We are trying to finish the domain courses in that particular aspect. So this is it. And you can see the offering institutes also. Normally NPTEL gets instructors only by invitation. We find out the best instructors for a particular discipline. We find out the best instructors for a particular subject. We invite them to offer a course on our platform so that we can be really guaranteed about the quality that they are delivering. So these are the institutes from which we are doing. Of course, the basic IITs are there, but we also have the ICERs coming up. There are some courses from University of Hyderabad, Delhi, CMI, then some medical institutions for which we are coordinating courses and so on. These are the types of courses, new and rerun. I'll just give you a brief. A new course is the first time that we are going to offer it this particular semester. A rerun course is something we have done in the past. The videos will be the same. Assignments will be new. Question papers will be new. Advantage of rerun courses, all the content will be available on our website. You can plan for it. You can give it to your students ahead. You can ask them to prepare for it in the summer vacation, winter vacation. When they start our MOOC course, they will be completely prepared. You can also watch those videos and see how you can supplement it for your students. So that is the advantage of a rerun course if you're choosing it for your particular students. 12 weeks, 8 weeks, 4 weeks, this is a spread. We have a lot of 12-week courses which will actually come for your full semester courses. So if you take a 12-week course of ours, you can actually take it for credit transfer for a full semester course of yours. That is possible. That is there. I will skip these slides. These are not really important. One slide I'd like to focus on, this is faculty participation in our courses. Amazingly, we've had a lot of faculty interest in our courses. And last semester in January 2020, we had 3 lakh people register for our exams, out of which about 60,000 were faculty members. About 20% of our audience today is faculty members from engineering colleges, art science colleges. Very heartening to see it, and we are really enthused that these people are coming forward to learn new topics or to brush up what they want to know and learn the pedagogy of teaching. A lot of new faculty who come to teach into college don't have a teaching experience. They can actually watch the lectures of these faculty from the IITs and learn how to teach also. That's, I think, a brilliant way of also adopting it for teaching in your own way. These are some numbers that are there. And for any of you who are there from the AICT colleges, we also have an MOU with AICT wherein these courses are accepted as faculty development programs equivalent in the AICT system. So NPTEL gives a certificate with AICT to recognize our advanced courses as FDP programs. So you can do an online course, write our exam, and if you pass it, you actually get an FDP certificate of AICT. The immediate question I'll get from all the UGC affiliated colleges, what about us? Sorry to say, but we've been trying with UGC, but they've not given us clear guidelines on how they will adopt our NPTEL courses for faculty development initiative. You will have to check with them. I'm not too sure on that. This is what the certificate looks like. NPTEL AICT FDP certificate looks like. If any of you is in an AICT system, this is what we give. You can use it for your career progression points as you're going in for promotions. Okay. Okay, what kind of courses we do? I showed you the disciplines, I showed you the institutes from which we offer courses, but we also do all the courses. First year courses are there, second year courses are there, job oriented courses are there, like programming in data sciences, MATLAB programming, VLSI circuit design. We have all those kind of courses. Core courses are there, elective courses are there. It's typically whatever you want, the UG, PG level, we have all kinds of courses, right? UGC, AICT Gazette notification. I hope all of you know this. From 2016 onwards, 2017 onwards, UGC, AICT have been putting out Gazette notifications that 20% of credit transfer in a college can be taken from courses that are run on SWAYAM. NPTEL is a part of SWAYAM, so if you take an NPTEL course, you can credit it. How you take it for credit transfer, whether you're taking a core course or an elective course, whether you want them to write our exam or you will give an exam, that all depends on your academic council, how they are going to adopt it. So that is something, but you can go through the Gazette notifications. We also have a 10-page document on our website, which clearly says how NPTEL recommends credit transfer for colleges and universities wanting to do it. So that's something that you can actually look out for. Our IIT is doing credit transfer from NPTEL courses, because there's one question that we have always gotten. You tell everybody, all colleges to do it. Are you guys doing it, right? Yes, we are doing it. IIT Madras, IIT Roorkee, IIT Bombay, IIT Palakkad, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Tirupati, everybody is doing credit transfer from NPTEL courses for our own IIT students today. So that is something that you can check out on. Okay, Dr. Nitonde wanted me to speak about domains also, so I'll come to the domains part of it. What happened is a lot of people who come into NPTEL, they probably are not interested the very first time you push them. Even when you tell your students go and study from an NPTEL course, right? They'll all be like, "Amma, hum log to itna kar rahe hain college mein. Why are you pushing me into one more course?" And it's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. They have to watch videos. They have to do assignments, right? So it's a little difficult. It's a little tricky. But once they get the taste of that video lectures, once they get the taste of getting a certificate from the IIT, and once they start enjoying the process of learning, right? A lot of our learners have come back and they do 2 courses, 3 courses, 4 courses. For those of you who don't know, I would like to say, I can see 2 names here. I don't know if you can see them there. Dr. Nitonde, I think, has about 25 or 30 exams done with NPTEL successfully. He has gotten 30 certifications possibly from us. He's been a mentor for a lot of his students out there. He's been a real vocal proponent of NPTEL in the Maharashtra region. So thanks to him, the initiative is growing on that side. I also see another name here, Dr. Pandit Nirmal. I don't know if it's the same Pandit Nirmal, but he also has about 35 certifications from us, I think. And he's also spoke of college. One of our, again, NPTEL believers or fanatics, like we've started calling them in the star category. So one of the things that we started doing is when students started coming in to learn multiple courses, what happened was they would suddenly do one course here, one course there, one course, one more there, not connected at all. So maybe they have 5 certifications, but it does not give them a specialization. So then we said, why not bring out areas of specialization inside each engineering discipline and guide students on saying, okay, if you want to learn about data sciences, why don't you do these 5 courses? If you want to learn, say, in electrical engineering about power systems, why don't you do these 5 courses? If you want a management way, you want to learn about finance and accounting, these are the 5 courses to be done. So typically that's what we do here. And okay, I guess that's all we have as a slide there. So basically what happens is you have to complete a set of about 5 to 6 courses in a particular discipline. And then you have to get a minimum of 55 marks in every subject with an average of 60. We've kept the bar a little bit higher than just the pass mark of 40 marks because this is a domain certificate. So we wanted to keep it out there. And once you finish those core and elective courses, you get a domain certificate from NPTEL and IIT Madras in that particular area. So what does a domain do? It gives you a real specialization. It's almost like a minor. Probably it's double the time of a minor. Sometimes minors are just 3 courses. We actually ask you to do about 50 to 60 weeks of learning with NPTEL. So when you go out with a domain certificate, companies will definitely take you seriously. Your foundations will be much, much stronger because you've done 6 courses with us. You have learned a lot more content in one particular area. So you kind of become a specialist in that particular area. So this is what we have as domains. If you go to our website again, the domain has a link. You can go through all the domains. We have courses that come under the domain and so on, right? Just to give you a quick thing, we also have internships for toppers back with the instructors at our institutes. If there are toppers in the courses, we ask them whether they want to intern with our faculty. They come and spend maybe 4 weeks to 8 weeks at the IITs with the instructors. That has been happening regularly. So a lot of students also, what is the use of these certificates, right? Companies have started recognizing the certificates. When you show them that I'm from so-and-so college, but I have certifications from the IIT, they also know that you are motivated to learn on yourself, that you're doing learning outside of what is prescribed as per the curriculum. They see that you're competent enough to get certificates in particular areas. And we have seen a lot of our learners get better jobs, better salaries, get absorbed in higher education areas also if they're trying for a master's program and so on. These have really helped them to better their foundations so they can apply for all of this. We also have an industry associate program as part of NPTEL, wherein we are working with companies to again provide internships and soft skill training and probably even job opportunities for learners in our courses. CSR is another place where we work with these particular companies. Okay, I'll stop here.
Ma'am, you can continue for some time because people are eagerly listening to you.
Okay, I'll maybe talk about the local chapters then. Sir.
Yes, please. Because there are few colleges which don't have even local chapters there, so they can learn something how to establish local chapter. And
yeah, sure, sir. We'll do that. In between, should I take a 5 minutes? Shall I just continue with local chapters, or do you want me to take questions now? Hello? Surya, Balaji.
I must say thank you to the entire team of NPTEL, because I could see that on live YouTube, Kamala madam is promptly responding to the doubts raised by the live streaming viewers. So thank you, Kamala madam, for your quick responses to the participants' questions.
I'm
Now
just opening the presentation. Let me just
okay.
check on this. Just give me a minute. There was a presentation on local chapters. Can you just open that? Balaji,
he's in call now. Local chapters, no? You have to change that one. I'll send you.
I'm live. Why can't you just give him?
It will take few minutes for madam to connect with us about the local chapter, but I think being the SPOC of one of the active local chapters, I should share my personal experiences to them. Friends, see, as you know, the bigger organizations, when they want to work on root level, so NPTEL is a national network, and for reaching to the root level, the end users, they have established local chapters in the Institute of Higher Education. Yes, I could see your hands, but instead of raising your hands physically, would you use the mouse and the technical, raise your hand option, so that we can give you opportunity to ask question. I could see Principal Dr. S.M. Kamble sir's hand raised. Okay, sir, there is an option in the meeting, Zoom meet. So go there and please raise your hand. So this is how a college should come up with intention to set up a local chapter and send a letter of intention to the IIT Madras or IIT Bombay, and then get the formally approval to the local chapter in that college, which will help students to take NPTEL courses. Over to you, Bharti madam.
Yeah, sure, sir. Yeah. You can present just like that, no? Will it present on that? I don't know here I'm checking there. Yeah, I think it's okay. Thanks. Where is the next? Right. Okay. Okay, so just sorry about the delay. I was just looking out for my presentation amongst this screen. The system is a bit new here. So I'll go on for this local chapters that we have established, which has been one of the hugest success stories of NPTEL, I think. The reason behind the success of NPTEL, as well as one of the things that we have found that will work on the ground whenever you're doing something online. So one of our findings in the last at least 5 years is that you just float a course online and you don't give support on the ground, things are not going to work. Our country is still not ready for it. Our learners are not ready for it. You don't have infrastructure, help for the students. Not all students have say tablets and laptops and desktops. They do not have very good internet connection to watch videos and probably do assignments. And our learners also probably need somebody to keep motivating them, enthusing them, and asking them, saying, did you study today? Did you watch the video today? Did you do the assignment today? And so on. So it's unless you have that self-motivation and self-discipline, online courses are not easy. It's going to be a challenge. So then how did NPTEL come from, like I showed you, 3,000 people writing exams 6 years ago to 3 lakh people writing today? So the biggest contributor has been our partnerships with colleges that we call as NPTEL local chapter or Swayam local chapter as it is called today. And the spots behind it who actually head these local chapters, and where we have proponents like Dr. Pandit Nirmal, Dr. Rohidas Nitonde. Then we have many more in the Maharashtra region and all over the country, right? So how do we establish an NPTEL local chapter? So there is no money required. There are no financial transactions for setting up an NPTEL local chapter. There is no building or infrastructure requirement for an NPTEL local chapter. There is no need of putting up a board. There is no membership fee. There is no application for minimum number of members, that only if you have 20 people you can apply. There is no such condition, right? Then what is the condition to become a NPTEL local chapter? We require a letter from the head of the institution. Whoever the head of the institution, it could be a principal, it could be a director, whatever kind of institution you have, the head of the institution on the letterhead has to write a request saying they would like to establish a Swayam NPTEL local chapter in their college, and also nominate one person who will be our primary source of contact for the entire program. We call them single point of contact or SPOC. So their name, designation, email ID, department, mobile number, that has to be given on that letterhead so that it is officially coming to us from the institute saying that they want to establish a local chapter. So that is the only mandatory requirement to establish a local chapter. There is no other condition to become a local chapter with us. Okay. The optional part that you can do, like you can see at the top, is that here we have written something called NPTEL content. So like I told you, NPTEL has 2,000 courses on its website today, and the total content that we have is about 25 terabytes of data. So at the current download speeds, you might think your internet is very good and I can just download it from our website. Most welcome to do that. You can just go to our website, you can start downloading, but the rate at which you will be downloading, probably it will take you 1 year, I think, to download all our content. So that's how it's going to be. So an option that we give you is send us hard disk and tell us which content you want copied. We will copy it and send it back to you. Again, it's free. There is no charge. This is just a service that we provide. You can put this content into your intranet, your library, your computer center, wherever it is inside your college. You can host this content so that from within your college, when students want to see NPTEL content, they do not require internet access. They can do it on the intranet itself. The other advantages is that students can also just put in a pen drive. They can download and copy whichever courses that they are studying from, whatever interests them. They can take a copy and they can view it offline also. So this is one thing that we strongly recommend, that you take hard disk with the content copied from us. And one thing here I'd like to say, you do not have to copy 25 terabytes of content from us. So if in case you're an art science college, you may not require mechanical engineering courses. You don't require metallurgical engineering courses at all. Maybe what would you require? English, maths, physics, chemistry. 1 minute, my display is on here. You would require English, maths, physics and chemistry. And I hope I'm still audible, no? Okay, so you would require probably English, maths, physics, chemistry, management courses, humanities courses, and probably, okay, if you're running a BSc diploma in electrical engineering or something, maybe some electrical engineering courses like that. But maybe you don't require 25 terabytes of content. So what you can do is, you can tell us which disciplines you require. On the website, we have given you every discipline, what is the size of hard disk you have to send us. Send us those alone and we will copy it for you. So that can be just 5 terabytes, 7 terabytes of data. Does not require all this complete data. So how many colleges do we have and how are we working with throughout the country today? We have 3,800 local chapters plus. I don't know if this number is updated because every week we keep adding local chapters continuously, but this is the spread of it. And as you can see, Maharashtra is leading the state today. It has more than 760 local chapters. Then Tamil Nadu, UP, they're all there. You can see that across the country, we are working with colleges, right from even Nagaland, Sikkim, Andaman, Nicobar, Mizoram, Meghalaya. We have Jammu, Kashmir, everywhere we have local chapters today. Not only that, we have also highlighted in green color some things. These are local chapters that we have established outside of India. We have interest from outside India in doing NPTEL courses. In fact, they're asking us to facilitate exams also for us outside, which we are looking into. But these are also places where there are NPTEL local chapters outside of India today. So this is a page that we create publicly for every college in the country, which becomes a local chapter with us. So we give the name of the institution, we give the SPOC's name, designation, photo, and so on. But the most interesting part is the data table given at the bottom. This is public. Anybody coming to our website, searching for your college name, can go and find out this information. This information will tell you every semester how has that college partnered with us, how many people enrolled and registered to courses, how many of them passed, how many were gold medalists, how many were toppers from your college. We give details of all of it as a public page, no login required. So somebody is searching for your college name, suppose say they want to join your college for some program and they Google a search on your college name. Our page also gets a hit and they can see that you're facilitating the offering of NPTEL courses through your particular college and you're doing it officially. So how do you enroll to NPTEL courses? Like I said, you go to SWAYAM and you can check NPTEL National Coordinator here and you can actually join the particular course of your interest. And in resources and documents, if you go, we have a lot of things about books based on NPTEL. We have the brochures of the current semester that are there. You can go and take a look at it. What are the benefits for a college to become a local chapter, right? Is it easy to be a SPOC? I think Dr. Nitonde and the others should answer absolutely not. It takes a lot of time and effort also to be a good SPOC. If you're interested in taking the program to your students, if you need to convince them on why they have to do these courses, if you're doing courses yourself and being an inspiration to them, right? A lot of SPOCs, like even Dr. Nitonde have told us that the first thing that they do, Dr. Vipul of Solapur used to say, whenever the course is open, the first thing I do is I go and enroll to a course. When the course registration, exam registration starts, I go register to an exam because then I can go with authority and tell the students, I have enrolled, I have registered, have you done it? So the student can't ask me back, sir, are you learning from it? It's for faculty also. And they say, yeah, we are learning from it. We are also doing it. So I think learning from it, doing courses themselves, enthusing their students to do it, motivating them to do it, I think is a huge role, apart from, of course, interacting with us. So if your college has, say, 200 students, 300 students who are coming into NPTEL program, monitoring their progress, you can get access to their marks. You can see what assignment marks weekly they're doing, which people are doing assignments, which people are not doing assignments. You can set mentors for these students. And you can also see that groups of students are learning locally from a faculty who can guide them, help them through the assignments, who can facilitate computers so that they can get access to the content and they can submit assignments. So these are something that the SPOC does. But otherwise, what does a local chapter do, right? So if I told you already that we do exams in about 150 cities across the country today. So if there is a city where your college is situated or a group of colleges are situated, we are not doing an exam there, and your students are appearing in large numbers for NPTEL exams, write to us, request for a city, we'll be able to get a center for you there. We'll have to check with the exam partner, but most probably we can do it. And that's how a lot of cities like Latur, they are all on the NPTEL map today because we have active colleges there taking up exams with us. Nanded was not there, I think, about a year back. After that, we started doing exams in Nanded because of active interest from colleges there. So if you're a local chapter, you can request for an exam city from us. The second one, you can have faculty who are mentors in these courses. Dr. Nitonde talked about it at the beginning, that you can have mentors for groups of students who can help them do the course, because the course itself, it's technically difficult and it's a challenge, but for students who are not used to an online learning, online course, an online portal, where to click, what to do, what to ask, how to submit an assignment, these people can be invaluable in keeping them on the courses. The last part, again, depending on the availability of funds, we have some CSR partnerships with companies. We try to see whether we can subsidize the fees for students from economically challenged backgrounds. So if the SPOC tells us that I have so many students who are from economically weak backgrounds, and can you give a fee waiver based on what the companies also partner with us and give us a CSR funds, we do pass on fee waiver discounts to such students. So these are the exam cities that we have. The dots that you can see here are the exam cities that are there across the country. If your city is not there on this map, do enroll to courses, write to us, we'll try to get a center in your particular city, right? Why are LCs so important to us? Here you can see 80% of our total enrollment and registration comes from local chapters today. And it's really an important part for us, working with the SPOCs, working with the colleges, knowing the ground realities in the places across the country, right? So we have done about, I think, 300 workshops, 400 workshops in the last 4-5 years. When we travel from town to town, almost tier 3 towns, tier 2 towns, the big cities, we actually meet the students and then we listen to them on how the ground condition is. We can't sit in our office here in IIT Madras and assume that everybody is okay. You know what? Everybody has internet, everybody has computers, everybody is well off. They can all pay $1,000. There's no problem on it. It's not the truth, right? India is such a vast country with its own share of problems in every region and every locality that you go to. So we have traveled, and when we go to these colleges, the SPOCs also come and represent to us, saying what are the local issues, and we're able to solve and sort it for them at some level. So the biggest contributors to us are the local chapters, giving us 80% of our enrollments. This is the state-wise registration. Of course, Tamil Nadu, Andhra are a little bigger than Maharashtra, which is still picking up. But here are the 10 top states who are contributing to our NPTEL courses. These are the kind of certificates we give for NPTEL local chapters. So at the end of every semester, we also recognize the local chapters that do very well based on the performance of the learners in these exams. So we recognize the top 100, then we have a set of active local chapters, we recognize the SPOCs who are there, who head these local chapters, we give certificates to the mentors. These are something that go on semester after semester. So yeah, these are some things that are there. SPOC login, we also have dashboards for the SPOCs on the SWAYAM portal and on NPTEL portal. So what you do get by becoming a local chapter is you get direct access to authentic information from us. So when you go to SWAYAM portal, you can directly see the number of people who are enrolled in courses. You can set mentors there. You can see assignment marks as the students complete assignments. On NPTEL portal, what do you get? You get all the exam registration information. You can find out whether somebody registered for the exam or not, their hall ticket information, the marks that the people get after they finish the exams, and the certificate. So if your college or university is doing credit transfer, you can take what we put out on our portal in the SPOC login as authentic information and actually do credit transfer based on it. That is all you require to actually facilitate credit transfer in a very, very easy manner. The information is given to the SPOC within a login. Of course, we collect a lot of feedback from your side apart from all of this. So this is the SWAYAM portal, like I was telling you. There is a local chapter admin that you will get. If the person who has an admin role of a local chapter, you will see this in the drop down when you log into the portal. And these are the kind of pages that you will see there. So these are all the login information. These are all the information that you can see. Every semester wise, we archive data. So if you have been a local chapter with us from say 2015, for the last 10 semesters, we will show you all the data inside your login. So when NAC or NBA comes and they ask, what are you doing in the online course learning space? You can actually open your SPOC login because the URL will say nptel.ac.in. It is we maintaining this portal, we putting out this data. Many colleges have done that. You can open this particular portal, show them all the data in that which is coming from us and say, this is how you're partnering. The public pages we maintain also has a lot of information publicly about participation from your college. So a lot of them use it in these NAC and NBA also ratings that keep coming up. Certificates for mentors we have, and we also have something called NPTEL Stars that we started last semester. So this is something where we want to showcase a lot of people who are very, very important to us in terms of learners. So one is of course the domain stars that I told you, people who have completed domains with us, which is very straightforward. But we also have somebody called NPTEL Superstars, which is like people who do 6 courses with us in one semester, and they're toppers in at least 4 of the courses, passing all of course 6 courses with us. So we have a lot of them who did that particular thing. So we had those superstars with us. NPTEL evangelist, I think Dr. Nitonde, Pandit Nirmal and all are an NPTEL evangelist today. So there we see for the last 4 years whether they have done an exam with NPTEL continuously. That is something that we've seen. I mean, why would somebody keep on studying with us, right? There is this term that is becoming popular now called lifelong learning, right? How do you do the lifelong learning? You can't keep going to a college and keep studying all the time lifelong. But this is one easy way in which you can do learning at your own convenience, your own pace in a very, very affordable manner. And that is what these evangelists have been doing. They've done 30 courses, 35 courses and exams with us. That is people. Then we have motivated learners, enthusiasts. You can go to this page and you can actually check out what the other categories are. So these are the domain certificate people, AICTE, FDP, I already spoke about it. Credit transfer, we have a whole document on how to do credit transfer. In fact, tomorrow we are doing a special 1-hour session on credit transfer from NPTEL site, where we invite you all to also come and join and ask your questions if you have any on how to do credit transfer from NPTEL into your particular college or university. Then we have a huge translation effort that is going on. And again, the backbone of it, after trying out so many initiatives, trying this, trying that, nothing worked, we went back to local chapters. We told the Spox, hey guys, you have to help us now. We have no other source of doing this particular translation. You guys have to do this for us. So we are working with about 2,500 translators across the country, which we have gotten from our local chapters, about 200 people who are doing the quality checking for us. A lot of them are Spox, a lot of them are faculty in colleges, and we are doing translation of our English transcripts into the regional languages, English, Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, Gujarati, Oriya, Hindi, Kannada, and all that. So that at least if students who struggle to learn because of English being a language can go through this and they can benefit from it. We have a lot of help videos, WhatsApp groups where all the Spox are there, where Kamala, I and team from the local chapter are there. Any queries, we instantly also report to you, and we also answer whatever questions you have. So this is something that we do. This is just a gist of how we work with in local chapters. This is our local chapter ID. You can write to us for any queries that you have. I'll stop sharing now. I think that's all we wanted to say. And I think if there are any questions, we can take it up for whatever time is left. We'd be happy to do that.
Thank you, madam. Really, it's wonderful to have you with us. As usually, you say that Mumbai people, they don't take break and they continue go on working when you are there in IIT Bombay. Likewise, our session is going on. And thank you for the wonderful presentation. Now we'll have few questions from the participants. They have already raised their hands. I request the participants to ask their question, be brief asking questions. I will go by the priority. First, I will take the questions of those people who have their names to the devices, not the names of the device name. Okay, so first is Kalpana Deshmukh. Ma'am, please unmute yourself and speak. Kalpana.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Hello all. I am Professor Kalpana Deshmukh from Engineering College of Nagpur. And I appreciate the efforts of Dr. Nitonde sir and Dr. Bharti madam to sum up huge information in an effective manner. And I salute to their urge for spreading quality education, sir. And our management also motivates us to do the NPTEL course, and they have given us the relaxation in the fees also. And we have already spread it to our students also. And myself have also done the NPTEL courses in IIT Kharagpur, IIT Bombay and Madras. Madam, I want to ask you whether is there any difference? I haven't noticed any difference in the course, but can you talk on if there any difference in IIT Kharagpur, Bombay and the others? Hello?
Yeah, I get the question. Primarily, I don't think there is any difference between the courses that are offered from the various IITs. So I don't think there is any qualitative difference between whatever courses come out from the different IITs. The only difference I will say is, for instance, IIT Kharagpur has a law division and an agriculture division, which the other institutes don't have. So we get those courses from there. IIT Delhi has a textile division. The other people don't have it. So we get those courses from there. But otherwise, I don't think there is any other difference between the courses that we offer. Of course, I would like to say in a more, casual manner that people from the South are inclined to take the course of an IIT Madras faculty when they teach it. Somehow they think, though everything is taught in English, right? But there is a tendency to do that. People in the East kind of take IIT Kharagpur courses, but I don't think there's any difference as such in that.
No, but I am doing from Kharagpur, Bombay, Madras, and whichever is there, because when there is a quality education, it's already appealing to everyone. And I had come for this local chapter. It's a really a great idea, madam. And good luck for the other session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The next is Khan Niaz. If you're there, please unmute yourself and raise your doubt. Niyaz Khan, unmute yourself and raise your doubt. The next is Mustaq Ahmed. Then the next one is Lingaraj. Are you there, Lingaraj? I hope Narsiman is able to listen me. Narsiman, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me the opportunity to address the question to ma'am. And I am happy to tell you that I took a couple of courses from IIT Madras NPTEL and fortunate to get a gold medal and silver medal in intellectual property offered by Professor Firoz Ali. And I attended another two courses from there and also from IIM Bangalore. I am more thankful to the help given by the NPTEL in clearing the exams, but I am a little sad that I could not complete another exam this time due to Corona. I got the certificate after completion of internal assessment. I look forward to attend more such courses. I work from Malnad Engineering College, Hassan in Karnataka. There, I wish to start a local chapter. I'm interested with the, of course, the input from you, ma'am, and also from our authorities. I wish to interact more with you in coming days. Thanks a lot for hearing to my question. Madam, please, for your response.
Sure, sir, but we are conducting exams. Mr. Narasimhan, we will be conducting exams for NPTEL this semester whenever the opportunity opens up. So it might be with our upcoming July semester, but exams are going to be conducted. In fact, we are exploring online remote proctored exams still. And we are doing a little more testing because we are not yet satisfied with the quality we are getting. But once it works, we will be opening online remote proctored exam as well as in-person exams for the January semester courses. So I hope you have not cancelled your option, but you've kept it alive and you can come and write and take your other certificate definitely with us. But looking forward to having you with us in the future too. Open the local chapter and interact with us.
Now we have Dr. Pandit Nirmal sir with us. Can you hear me, Nirmal sir?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go on.
Good evening, Bharti ma'am.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Very well. Nice, ma'am. Ma'am, I am very happy to share with you. I have completed 30 NPTEL courses. Along with these courses, I have completed one course from IMB, 3 RP course, and at the same time, I have completed one course from Commonwealth of Learning Canada. Now I am eagerly waiting for domain certificate in English language and literature. Please convey the status of that.
Yeah, English we have not yet worked on the domain. We'll have to work on it. I will start that work. I was finishing the maths domains first. So maths is almost done. Chemistry is getting done because it's not like a strength of the IITs. It's I have to go to other institutes to kind of get it designed and also offered. A lot of courses are coming from outside. But maths and chemistry is almost done. So let me check on English, sir. I'll definitely do that. If you have any suggestion, do drop an email on what we can club. I'll probably check it out on the validation of that.
Thank you, madam. Now we have Dr. Pandurang Kalyan.
Yes, Dr. Kalyankar from Aurangabad, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. My question is related to which courses are available for the life science and language students in degree colleges.
Language students means what, sir? I didn't get that.
Language means Marathi, English, Hindi, these backgrounds. And social sciences like economics means arts college students.
Yes, so Humanities and social sciences, we do have quite a few courses. So you can check out the repository or even the currently open courses. I think more than 30 of them will be humanities and social sciences. Management also, I think about 30 courses are there. So you can check that out. I think that should be applicable to students in this background. If you have science students, definitely we do have quite a few for them.
We have RJT Nirmal Raj. Please raise your doubt. RJT Nirmal Raj.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening. It's a nice session, a very informative session, ma'am. So, lastly, you mentioned the slide, no, ma'am, that the local chapters, there's local translation, like languages. So, how to proceed with that, madam? Like local state languages.
Yeah, so just go to our website nptel.ac.in, sir. There'll be a link called translation. If you go there, we have an application form that you can apply for and become a translator. That has all the details about that, sir.
Okay, still time is there, ma'am. Any time we can apply for that, or any time constriction is there?
Yeah, I mean the effort is ongoing, so you can apply for it.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thanks a lot, ma'am.
Sure, sir.
We have Neha Sharma with us. Please unmute yourself and ask your question, madam. Dr. Neha Sharma.
Actually, this is my second FDA. I have completed 2 courses from NPTEL, one from biomedical engineering and one from ICMR course for the epidemic section. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
So, ma'am, actually, I am basically a translator for Hindi language for NCERT, their biology section and their biotechnology section. So, I was just asking, because I have completed 2 series, 2 years with NCERT, so level of Hindi as a part of technical term is nice. So, can I apply for the translator for NPTEL?
Sure, ma'am, you can apply. We have our own norms of how we select the translator. Based on that process, you can go through, ma'am. You can check out the website again for details and apply.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, I think I was also asking for virtual labs because I am feeling somewhat less comfortable in the COVID situation. If we are in a do we have any courses for virtual labs in biotechnology? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Please tell me.
Ma'am, do we have any sort of courses for virtual labs in biotechnology? So that these students, they're like for PCR techniques or means how they are IITs, they're conducting some PCR techniques or nano modeling, nano structuring and everything like these. Are there any components?
Currently, we only have the theory courses, ma'am, where some labs are shown, but virtual labs, we don't have it. But there is a virtual labs project that is there. You can go and check out their website whether they have any experiments related to that.
I hope it is with IIT Bombay. They are having virtual lab project, and you can use their virtual lab if you are having collaboration with them.
Correct.
We have Aruna Harekar. Please unmute yourself and raise your doubt. Can you listen me, Aruna ma'am? Then the last few questions, ma'am.
I would like to ask you one thing.
Yes,
actually, NPTEL जो है वो बाहर जो कोर्सेस हम लोग यहाँ पे अगर महाराष्ट्र में कुछ मार्केटिंग वगैरह प्रोवाइड करे या फिर कॉलेजेस में उनका मार्केटिंग करे तो ऐसा कुछ उनका ये है क्या कुछ फैसिलिटी कि हम लोग उनका एज अ प्रोवाइडर फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइडर करके वहां पे अगर हम लोग उनका फेस बन के अगर कहीं जाए तो आर दे एग्री फॉर सच थिंग्स?
You want to market NPTEL courses in colleges in Maharashtra? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Actually, I would like to, because I'm connected to many schools and colleges.
Okay.
Regarding some small courses, so I would like to know that do you give some sub like क्या बोल सकते हैं आप
Currently, we do not. We are not incentivizing, or we don't have agencies, or we don't have anybody else between us and the direct consumer, ma'am. It's only us directly connected to colleges or the learners at some level. Only some sparks who have been with us for a few years and know our processes in and out. We actually authorize them to go to some local colleges and talk on behalf of NPTEL because they do know what we have been doing. So that's a modality in which we have been working. We don't have anybody else as an agency or something in between to kind of market us.
Madam, we have Sandeep Kapse with us. Sandeep, unmute yourself and raise your doubt.
Good evening, ma'am and sir.
Good evening, sir.
I would like to ask you that is there any course in domain related to tourism administration or hospitality related or something?
Not currently, sir. It's all engineering and management related currently in NPTEL. So we don't have that. You can check out with IIM Bangalore, but they also don't have anything on tourism. Maybe CEC, UGC might have some courses, or IGNOU might have, sir.
Okay.
I'm not
Do
sure of that.
do you have any future plan related to the same?
Not tourism and not hospitality, sir. It's not our area at all. It's like totally different. So
Okay. No issues, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Thank you, madam. We have some more questions, but it will keep going on. We'll be having only last question by Anga Muthu. Please unmute yourself and raise your question.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir.
I am really enjoyed for today's session. So I have one small clarification, madam. So under online refresher course is there, online refresher course, but there are four categories, four grades are there, A to D grade.
Okay.
Is there any mark differentiation for career advancement scheme?
So this online refresher courses you're referring to is from ARPIT or NITTER, one of the two, no, sir?
ARPIT, madam, ARPIT.
Yeah, so ARPIT courses we don't deal with, sir. ARPIT is a different agency, a different project. So you'll have to check with them on how those courses work. I'm not familiar with their modalities.
Fine, madam. Thank you.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Madam, should we continue with the Q&A or?
I have time. No, not a problem. If it's okay with you.
Okay, thank you. That's your kindness. So you are an untiring personality. We will take some more questions because people are eagerly interested in knowing. There is Karupo coming. Please unmute yourself and ask the question. Can you hear me? Karupo. KURUPPU. Yes.
Karupasamy sir, you have to unmute yourself. You're on mute.
Yeah, he is. Please unmute yourself. I think there is some technical error with Karupasamy sir. The next is NATV. Please unmute yourself and ask the question. There is Dr. Kailas Tidke. Sir, unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Ma'am, we are the Diploma Institute of Engineering and Technology. So, are there courses for the diploma students?
Directly, we have not designed courses for diploma students, sir. But what you can do is you can take some modules which are due from the engineering level and possibly put it together for your students. Okay. So some courses might be directly relevant, I suppose, such as the soft skills management courses, maybe some part of, say, basic programming course and so on. But the other courses are all at the proper BE, BTech level, sir. They're all at the engineering level. So I'm not sure how it will fit in, but you can always take out videos that are relevant to your students and possibly do it. That's what we normally recommend to even polytechnics or diploma colleges.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Now we have Revati Rautrao. Please unmute yourself and ask question, madam. Revati Rautrao. Can you hear me? Please unmute yourself and ask the question. Then we have Swarupa Salvi. Unmute yourself and ask the question. Madam Swarupa Salvi.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask if a college goes for local unit, what is that? Local chapter. Then what are the advantages? Does it have any advantage to the college, like in NAC or somewhere else?
So like I said, ma'am, we archive all the statistics of participation in the courses publicly on our website. And also the details are given inside the login for the local chapter coordinator. So what we have heard from colleges is that the NAC and NBA, when they come, a lot of them have shown this data to them, which has given them pretty good reviews and points also in the review process. So this is what we have gotten as feedback from the colleges. Maybe some others who have possibly done it, you should talk to them. So one of the colleges I know for sure is Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. So we have a SPOC there, Mr. Vipul. So he has actually told us this, it really worked in the NAC process and so on. So you have to talk to other spots, but yes, it is counted there. The information that we provide, the participation does have a lot of weightage in that process.
Not just becoming the local chapter, participating in the MOOCs and getting good certificates. That counts.
We have Sheria Sareen. Please unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Ma'am, first of all, thank you. It was a wonderful session. I have this app called Swayam in my phone. It's an Android phone that I'm using. I was checking for courses under the catalog Humanities and Social Sciences in your NPTEL, but I'm unable to find it.
Okay.
Yeah, so where should I find such courses under NPTEL?
You have to select NPTEL as national coordinator, and you have to select the discipline as humanities, ma'am. There are about 30 courses under humanities and about 30 under management, I think.
Ma'am, that's what I'm saying, that there is no catalog like of humanities and social sciences which is coming under NPTEL. There are sufficient courses related to sciences, engineering and stuff, but I cannot locate humanities and social sciences.
Ma'am, can you drop a mail to local chapter at nptel.iitm? We'll give you the exact way in which you do it.
Okay, ma'am, will you please repeat the email ID? nptel.
Local chapter.
Okay.
At nptel.
Put it on the chat box.
Okay, ma'am, I'll do that.
.iitm.ac.in.
Okay, ma'am, I'll do that. Thank you.
So we'll put it on the chat box also. You can see the email address that will come up in the chat box.
We have with us now Joseph George. Please unmute yourself and ask the question. Sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
I am from St. Joseph's College, Moolammattam, Kerala.
Yes, sir.
If our institutional chapter has more than 200 examinees to write the exam, whether we can demand an exam center?
Sir, normally the exam center we facilitate in the city of the college. So if there's already a city in which we are running in Kerala, for instance, we do it in Kollam, Ernakulam, we do it in Kochi, we do it in Malappuram, we do it in Trivandrum and so on. So if already we are running the center in your particular city, then your students can go there. But we don't normally facilitate in the same college. At least there are no guarantees on that. We try to get exams done in that particular city along with the exam partner's concurrence. That's what we do. So you can check the list of cities, sir. If it's not there and your students are going to write exams, please do request for an exam center in your city.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
Sure, sir.
We have Neha Mishra, madam. Please unmute yourself and ask your doubt.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am, I am assistant professor in Government College, Daman. So we have local chapter in our college, and I have enrolled in some of the courses. So just wanted to know for this in-person examination. So do we have any center in Daman? Because Right now, though, anyways, the exams are not happening, but whenever it will be happening, then is there any possibility to have an examination in Daman?
We don't have currently in Daman, ma'am. We have only 4 centers, I think, in Gujarat for now, which is Surat, Anand, Vadodara, and Ahmedabad possibly. So if none of them, yeah.
So through our SPOC, if we can just ask them to write a request.
Yeah, please do send a request to local chapter at NPTEL, or within their login also there's a provision. You can request for a center. We'll check out on what is possible close by.
We have GB Patil with us. Please unmute yourself and ask the question. GB Patil.
Yes, sir. Hello, madam.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Madam, I'm from Humanities from Karnataka.
Yes, sir.
So we have Arts, Science and Commerce College.
Yes, sir.
Ours is a rural college.
Yes, sir.
Is there any opening for us to go for local chapter wherein our children can get employability or more knowledge of marketing, something like that?
Yeah, sure, sir. We have a lot of courses for the commerce stream, definitely. We have it coming from IIT Bombay. You can check out courses on cost accounting, financial accounting, management accounting. We have quite a few courses on that. As well as they can also study some general data science courses, maybe programming courses. That will be really a skill help for them if they are applying for jobs anywhere. So that might be something which probably the college curriculum may not provide, but you can definitely take advantage of such platforms to get them to learn. And of course, the humanities, English, we have quite a few courses, and sciences we do have. So please do become a local chapter. In fact, out of the 3,800 local chapters we have, probably more than 1,000 are actually arts, science, commerce colleges with us today. So any college of any background can become a local chapter. We don't have a qualification of who can become. We're not looking at only engineering colleges becoming local chapters. We have, in fact, medical colleges, we have polytechnics with us, we have management institutes with us. So that wants to facilitate this learning to their students and faculty from the NPTEL SWAYAM platform is welcome to become a local chapter, sir.
Thank you, madam. Really, it was a wonderful day in the history of our institution, as you two people from very, very pivotal national agency in higher education.
Andrew sir is also here. So,
yeah, Andrew sir is also with us. So really, you made a day not only for Sri Shivaji College Parbhani or the 2,000 or more people they are there with us, but all of our related students and stakeholders. We really appreciate the efforts you have taken in such a situation. Really, thank you from the bottom of heart on behalf of MSP Mandal Sri Shivaji College Parbhani and all the participants. I extend my warm regards and thanks to the team NPTEL, Professor Andrew Tangraj sir, Ms. Bharati madam, Ms. Kamala madam, and the entire team of NPTEL. Thank you from the bottom of heart.
Thank you for inviting us, sir. Thank you so much. Bye.
For my list of the participants now, here one more important announcement is that we'll be having a feedback form released at 8 p.m. and along with the feedback form, we'll be sharing